Tonight, I'd like to share my couple's 40-year course from wilderness to Chombo. Next, please. First, let us take a look on Father's words. How big is Tribal Messiah's mission? I will not exchange one Tribal Messiah for hundreds of governors of the Chijo province. I will not exchange one Tribal Messiah for hundreds of presidents. Next. My wife and I's information, we were blessed in 1988 under 6,500 couples in McCall factory in Guri, South Korea. Next, please. My 40 years course from wilderness to Chongbo started from 1982, undergoing the way of restoration, in which we strive hard in our effort to restoring Cain and Abel relationships. Since we joined in 1982, and my wife joined in 1984. And then in 1988, we received the blessing. We were aware that undergoing the way of the principal has the responsibility of restoring elder sonships, which is my elder brother, and parentship, my parents. It took so much time for us to do that until we reached Chongbo era or period in 2021, where we were able to restore 430 with the support of my sisters, liberated and blessed ancestors generation, 430 generation, and then our 430 direct spiritual children. And there are many ways, many experiences we did to achieve this. Now, as we are along the way of Chongbo, we want to do our best to help in the restoration of our country, the Philippines. Even 30% of the total population to be blessed by 2027, as True Mother has requested. And around the world, 30%. So we also have that challenge to educate our 43 couples to become Chongbo as well, plus raise up our physical children to become blessed couples and Chombo. Next. We could not elaborate how much pain we have undergone in our restoring Cain and Abel relationships. That in my case, I feel like my central figure was the Messiah. No complaint, no resentment, as if we are imprisoned, no other way. Yet, we were able to restore 12 spiritual children until 1988. And in our course of the way of principle, until we become Chongbo, we are aware to restore elder sonship and parentships, which we invested all our heart, restoring 430 couples and blessing and liberated and blessing of our 430 generations of past ancestors. Next. My experience, one of the best practices I have is lecturing the Vice Mayor's League in Bohol, doing PR works in Bohol by distributing books, lending books to the VIPs, and collect and exchange them every 2 months. And also challenging giving lectures to the different regional offices in Tacloban City, and lecturing in the different cooperatives in Bohol, aside from doing lecturing activities at the headquarters. Okay, next. The way of Chongbo, my brothers and sisters, I hope you agree with me that it is restoring kingship, tribal kingship, as Father said, provincial kingship, and most importantly, national kinship. How could we think to achieve this? In my understanding, or in my opinion, we have to create the coalition of tribal messiahs as directed by two parents. We have to make blessed children's houses as our Chongbo centers and educating leaders of different organizations and churches so that we can utilize their facilities as our training center. In my experience of all our hard works with my sisters, thanks Heavenly Parents and to parents that we have been recognized as Chongbo in 2021. My sister Wilma blessed and recognized as Chongbo in 1920. Me and my sister Lisa were recognized in 2021, plus our spiritual parents in Japan in 2021, and also our spiritual granddaughter was blessed and recognized as Chongbo in 2020. Next. I cannot forget this experience. Beside me, right beside me, is Attorney Andy de Malario. He was a member of the Lions Club and at the same time a member or a chancellor of the most strongest organization of the Catholic, which is Knights of Columbus. Attorney de Malario sponsored me to become a member of the Lions Club. I was rejected because I'm a Mooney, but he said, so what? I'm also a Mooney. I am a past president of the Lions Club. How did we educate these VIPs like this when we are still young and students? We distributed books to them and collect them every 2 or 3 months, exchange another PR books. In my experience, 1982 until 1988, I was able to restore about 12 hospital children, including leaders, student leaders, as you can see here in my slides here. And after restoring some leaders in Bohol, I went to the headquarters and became full-time and served in HQ as staff under Missionary Gary Fleshman Education Department. And then I went back to Bohol because the center was closed and became a CARP leader again in 1986 until 1988. We have witnessed provincial coordinators, children of city and provincial engineers because of Attorney de Malario. And also, I was able to restore my classmate before in college who was teaching there as a professor. Now she's blessed in Korea. Next. After serving the headquarters from 1988 to 1992, despite my offer, the offer of content director for regional secretariat and special assistants, I rejected that and I came to Bohol. I went to Bohol to do my mission as Tribal Messiah. When I arrived in Bohol, there was one pastor of the March of Faith who said that she had a dream that somebody is going to meet her and I should follow and she should follow me. Then as a result, she became full-time and assigned in Cabanatuan City. Because of some difficulties in the mission, she actually finally moved out of the center and went home. So when I went to Bohol, there were 1,300 couples blessed in 2 batches. Those couples were under communists, anti-communist groups. It was a project of the National Providence in Bohol, but until now, but nobody claimed actually who are the hospital parents. Actually, I introduced merely to the leaders so that she may probably, if she like to, have their names listed under her tribe. Next, please. Because of the Attorney de Malario, during my legal wedding, I hope some of you who have not started a family yet, you can also try to imagine how much VIP can help in your legal marriage. Use it as a means for PR activities. The Malario invited 2 provincial board members to become who had become my godparents. One owner of the radio station and the newspaper company, a former mayor, a businessman. These people came because of the Mario's support. Then, in 1983 to 87, as a regional leader of Tacloban and Bohol, we had a chance to have office-to-office lecture and also blessing mobilization. The blessing mobilization we have, aside from the cadre, was conducted by barangay to barangay. Next. This is the diskettes that we had, wherein the different lists of couples we blessed in 1995, 96, surrounding barangays in the different towns of Bohol, including some islands. We mobilized them, but we can no longer have this open because it was very old. These are old, according to my wife's spiritual parents, who was been working in Wacom. And then we were supported by my sister Wilma's parents-in-law during this mobilization. Next. When Mother had a tour in 2006 in Manila, they conducted the blessing, and I was able to send 7 couples, including my sister and my mother there. They are from Mindanao. They are from Mindanao. My other relatives are from Mindanao. This blessing, during this blessing, Mother mentioned in her speech that she wanted to send 100,000 missionaries from the Philippines. Next. I also organized and supported with my sisters one blessing activity in one hotel or restaurant in Tagbilaran City in 2006 or 2007. In 2011 also, we invited Reverend Edgar to give a lecture to our, actually it's a one-day workshop actually, with a blessing to about 40 people in Tagbilaran, Bohol. Okay, next. In 2013, after the ILC, how many ILCs we have conducted in Manila? Many around the nation. But it was a chance that my feeling was it is possible to educate that VIP by the name of Mrs. Araceli Hernandez. He's at the back of Mary Joseph Navalta, sitting at the back in the picture. Mrs. Hernandez organized one-day seminar for all the members of the academies of BISO, and also all youth leaders of BISO. There were 7 campuses, and there are 47,000 students there. She was convinced by our discussion from 9 p.m. until the following day, 5 a.m. and decided to mobilize all their people to attend a seminar in a one-day preparation. The picture below was our picture with the governor of Bohol. It was 2015 when I introduced Merly to the president of the cadre, where there were 1,300 couples blessed. His name is Edgar Alcover, the brother of John Alcover. So that Merly may possibly have the blessed couples there be listed in her tribe. Okay, next. In 2013, my heart and passion really want to do witnessing. So even though I was staying in Japan, I'm staying in Japan now. 3 times I stopped my work and stay in the Philippines for 3 months each in order to mobilize. In 2013, I was able to send 22 couples to the blessing in Araneta Coliseum. In 2015, blessing also in Marikina. Actually, my sister Wilma, I heard she had a loan to pay for the 600 participants to join in that blessing in Marikina. We rented buses and give them snacks. Below this picture in 2015 was the blessing in Tagbilaran City, organized by the local center. It was miraculous because I helped together with some staff in mobilizing for 4 hours. As a result, there were 200 people, couples actually, joined the blessing. Next. Total number of participants actually in cultural center was 500. Now, us having a passion to really do mobilization and strive to understand the value of Chongbo as citizens, victorious citizens of Chongelguk, honorable citizen of Chongelguk, I conducted seminars and blessing in my tribe in Mindanao and with their friends in 2019. Below is the picture of a mayor of Montevesta, our relative. He was blessed during the wedding ceremony of our relative in Tagbilaran City. And together with him was businessman and our relatives who were blessed. Mayor was surprised to have me there. Okay, next. Now, one of our 43 couples, below picture is Reverend Ortez, Reverend Dr. Efrain Ortez. He was blessed in 2019 together with 22 couples who were mostly pastors and representatives of different religious organizations, because Pastor Ortez was is the president of the Bilaran Evangelical Association of Ministries. And recently, last month, we organized a ecumenical prayer meeting attended by different religious leaders, as you can see in the pictures below with our member there, Jay or Dora, and an ecumenical prayer meeting. It's a result of their initiative. Next. Even though I'm staying in Japan, the above picture shows that we are connected with an NPO or NGO led by one Korean sister here, our member. And we are conducting activities like cooking and English teaching and dancing. I teach Philippine dance there to some Filipino there, Koreans also, and I teach English also to them for about 13 years. The mayor knows us. In fact, in Yamagata, during the persecution after the assassination of Prime Minister Abe, the governor was interviewed in the media. Do you know European Church? Yes, I know them. There's no problem. So the mayor of city where I live in Sagay City knows our organization, and they have no comment against us. Below picture is my mother with my sister Wilma. My mother has finished all the requirements of the spiritual blessing with my father. Next. One time, modesty aside, I don't want to brag, but my wife during the visit in Korea in 2019, in 1989, had a chance to meet Father in a Seoul church, and Father once again saw our pictures. After Father's comment, she sent a letter to my wife. Sent a letter to Mr. Muratane, and Mr. Muratane said, "Congratulations." Father said, "Your husband is very conscientious, but please, Edgar, don't change your mind." And what is conscience? The father said, conscience knows you more than be your own teacher or pastor, even before even God knows. And what is the mother's comment about conscience? Conscience is capable of remembering every thought and every action you entertained in the past. In my experience, if we have that attuned conscience by vertical relationship and prayerful life, that can be true. However, conscience can be covered by emotional impulse, by love. Once misdirected, like Adam and Eve, conscience has no function or overpowered by wrong feelings. Next. Now, as a result, actually, it's very shameful, but we made it. My spiritual parents became the blessed Chongbo couples victors. They helped us in paying for my wife's blessing of ancestors. And then my two sisters also, they were very lucky because they are blessed with, scientists, professors of Tokyo University. Wilma's husband is a doctor of robotics. Lisa's husband is a doctor of chemistry. And then Merle also. Now, my little daughter, very hardworking sister. So it's a jumbo couple. Next, please. Actually, brothers and sisters, before I forget, more than 60 couples of my other relatives were really blessed. And they are located, all my tribes are located in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Our coordinator in Leyte, not Leyte, in Caloocan is our particular cousin. She's doing house to house Hondo care to our relatives or blessed theirs. And also in some, because I witnessed many couples blessed in Korea, Hanfield, 1996, and also 1992. So now I have many spiritual grandchildren. Some of them were blessed. One of them was blessed, and now many blessing candidates. Now, to follow up our couples, our relatives, we have continuous Hondoki tradition passed on by tribe to our local coordinators. At the same time, the Hondoke that being conducted by our national leader and other speakers, we have them snapshot and then sent to them, and they have no comment. They are all inspired. Also, our coordinator Percy in Butuan City has been able to organize our tribe there, like a women's group. Yes, because she's influential in barangays, many barangays in Butuan City. And then we can be able to continue also with our PRs in our relatives through social media, especially this time. Yes, I have my chat groups in my Abel side relatives, mother and father side, and my blessed couples in Caloocan, in Butuan or San Francisco, Agusan, and in Bohol. This is the best way, I think, to list them out. Next. Let us try to make this serious conclusion by pondering out how to mother really have considered the importance of the silver providence. She said, "We will sing songs and have a festival to offer gratitude and respect to our Heavenly Parent. May every one of you become families that realize this day without fail and thereby become permanent and noble Chongbo families in the era of Chong El Gu, of whom everyone can be proud. I also pray that as Chongbo families, those most beloved by our Heavenly Parent, you will all shine brilliantly forevermore as beautiful Chongbo flowers. I promise this benediction, I pronounce this benediction in the name of two parents." So let's all remember, brothers and sisters, I'd like to give special thanks to Sister Crystal Parson and Rose Thomas and other HQ staff and technical staff for having these preparations in my PowerPoint and all this entire activity tonight be made successful. Thank you.